Let's go.
Sunderland arrived at Deepdale for a do-or-die game versus Preston North End, who had fallen short of the playoffs themselves. Preston started the day only 3 points behind Sunderland, though, so an extra position and a good finish in front of their home fans was the objective for them. They are one of the lowest scoring teams in the division, with only Queen's Park Rangers and Cardiff City finding the net fewer times than the Lily Whites. They also generally concede possession, but they compensate for these factors with a very fast and high press, a characteristic that makes them the best team in the league for interceptions. This has elevated them above an expected average league placing, but at the expense of lots of fouls as they rush in on the ball. Preston have accrued 100 yellow cards and 4 reds this season, the third highest number of bookings in the league in both counts. A bettor's dream, given Sunderland are the most foul team in the league.
To kick off and attack the goal away to our right.
Arrigo Sacchi, the great Italian manager who won back-to-back European Cups, famously said, "There has been only one revolution in football, the change of the game from an individual to a collective one. Nothing illustrates this more in the modern game than the high press. It can only work if everyone does it right and at the right time. A high press is not a constant setup. See here how Preston sit off balls that are well controlled by Sunderland. What teams wait for is a trigger to engage the high press, either a heavy pass or a miscontrolled one, or an isolated player in a certain position on the pitch. See here how a heavy touch triggers a Preston press. See also how Preston try to isolate the ball in certain places, and on the pitch surround a player here. If they succeed, they can attack in transition with pace.
Good pressing again by Preston. This is Bradford.
If the opposition escape the press, they will back off and reset, looking for another trigger to try again.
Blackburn, wonderful start for Gary Rowett's side. Doing all they need to do to stay.
Mowbray again had to start a crucial game with no recognised centre-half, and essentially played a back three with Gooch as a nominal right-back, given instruction to roam into the midfield as much as possible. His average match position demonstrates this very well. He's sitting on the halfway line.
Find employment elsewhere.
Preston's furious press substitutes eagerness for discipline. See here how in transition Preston's shape is ragged and allows all 3 Sunderland players to easily find space to receive the ball. Sunderland are a highly technical team who are capable of turning out of trouble and can play fast one-touch football. Key then for Mowbray today would be control and precision in that midfield. However, in the first half, Sunderland struggled to get going. Gooch, supposed to be the extra man in midfield, frequently gave the ball away cheaply.
In the opening 12 minutes here. So many tackles.
And here.
Here's Gooch.
There are more. Mowbray was severely irritated by the repeated cheap loss of possession that was stifling our game plan. Fortunately, we had Dan Neil in outstanding form today, sitting just in front of the back line, keeping us in things. He made a third of all crucial tackles for Sunderland today, time and again expertly breaking up Preston attacks, and in possession he didn't lose the ball and was our safest carrier with a 95% pass accuracy. Today was a performance built on the back of immense work by Dan Neil.
It's a good challenge by Neil.
But as the half wore on, Sunderland began to exert control on the ball. Gelhardt went through on goal.
Danger here for Preston. Amad Diallo taken on by Gelhardt.
Is it a pen? I don't know. On the one hand, Bauer is nowhere near the ball here and takes out Joffy. Yet, he plants his foot long before Gelhardt gets there and doesn't move. It's a heavy touch by Gelhardt, and I think he knows he's played it too far, and this leg looks deliberately planted to take the contact. If he wants to go past him, I think he easily rides this. It's probably the right call by the ref. The game settled down then into Sunderland crafting chances and Preston hitting long balls on a hopeful break. Roberts forced a great save out of Woodman.
Roberts goes for goal! A brilliant save from Woodman. Top draw from Freddie Woodman. This looked like it was going to find the corner. An elastic save from the Preston North End goalkeeper to deny Roberts.
And Gooch found himself with too much time on the ball and blazed over. Then a heavy touch saw Preston rush the press and Gelhardt was free with just Patto to beat, but he put it wide.
In particular, everything could change and everything could open up here for Preston. It's Liam Gelhardt. Oh, he's missed. The Manchester City loanee won't know how he's not made it 1-0. His manager wonders how.
Ekwa started a lovely move by Sunderland that ended with him finding an impossible space to thread a lovely ball through to Joffrey, who must surely score here.
Sunderland moving forward serenely here.
But didn't.
Superb save by Woodman, but Gelhardt should score. That's the move of the match so far. Lovely ball from Ekwa. He can go either side of the goalkeeper, but not straight at him, Joe Gelhardt. Wonderful chance.
As the first half drew to a close, we learned that Millwall were 3-1 up, and Dennis Serkin looked like he would join the ever-growing injury list. It just gets worse, never better. As the second half opened, all we could do was try to win our game and hope results went elsewhere, most likely at Coventry. So, Mowbray went for broke. The injured Serkin was replaced with Alex Pritchard as Sunderland sent out a 3-5-2 formation, packing the midfield with aggressive attacking talent and asking Roberts and Clarke to play as wingbacks. The change in pace and shape exploited the holes left by Preston's ill-disciplined shape, and almost immediately the big chances came. Beautiful skill by Ekwa saw a chance fall to Dan Neil.
Ekwa doing well under pressure. This is Pritchard. Now Diallo. Sky blue shirts in support. Neil! So close for the player who grew up as a Sunderland fan.
Preston looked worried and was standing off us now. Then news filtered through of a Blackburn goal.
Inside the penalty area. And Rankin Costello trims Millwall's lead to 3-2.
Gelhardt was put through but failed to strike the shot.
In the box, Patrick Roberts. Gelhardt didn't swing a foot at it. Was hoping that Clarke was going to be in behind him there.
We came again, and Ekwa this time went through on goal, but lashed it straight at a stranded Woodman.
And here's Ekwa! What a chance for Pierre Ekwa! Went for power. Looked to put a little bit of power on it. And Woodman didn't really have to do much to make the save.
Mowbray expressed the agony of all of us. It just wasn't falling for us today. Roberts came in from the right. Ekwa presented again, but no. Shit the bed! What a strike! From nowhere, Amad simply smashed the ball. Top bins, we were ahead.
From the Manchester United loanee, Amad Diallo could be a golden goal for Sunderland. 20 years old, he bristles with talent. Manchester United paying up to €40 million to Italian club Atalanta. Was there a question of marginal offside? No VAR in the Championship. But Manchester United saw something in him. Only a handful of appearances for Atalanta, and at 18 years old he made the move to Old Trafford, and his stock is rising, and his fan club among Sunderland fans massive already. Some strike.
Preston hit back immediately, earning a corner, and Bauer rose to nod home. But Patto was well placed to block, and Clarke performed the desperate defensive duties.
Kept out by Patterson. Sunderland looked for the quick counter. Patrick Bauer thought he was equalising here, the German.
But Sunderland's overload in midfield was increasingly finding the space. Pritchard worked the way through on goal, but took too many touches, and Preston scrambled the ball away.
His way through, Alex Pritchard! Oh, he could have taken the shot on. But Alex Pritchard, happy feet as he danced into a glorious shooting position here. Now, take the shot on, but he wants to turn away.
Preston looked shell-shocked as we started to run amok. 90 seconds later, Pritchard atoned with a truly beautiful goal.
Support arrives from Pritchard. Oh, and he reverses it quite brilliantly.
It is something to so fool a professional goalkeeper that you leave him stood still and watching whilst you bury the ball in the back of the net.
Alex Pritchard, completely deceiving Woodman. Gave the goalkeeper the eyes here. Is he going to pass wide? He knows he's got the room to just do exactly that.
And as the crowd celebrated the news, it came through on the radio that Blackburn had levelled the score, 3-3 at the Den. We were now in a playoff spot.
Ben Brereton Diaz, after 8 games without a goal, comes up with an absolute beauty.
Utterly rampant now, another peak Barcelona moment emerged with glorious one-touch football and a neat turn from Joffy to put Jack Clarke into space.
They're climbing all over Preston here.
He cut inside and wrapped his foot around it to pile the ball past a sprawling Woodman and into the net.
Sunderland out of sight here at a rainy deep dale for sure, but will the results drop for them elsewhere? And they are exploiting the spaces that Preston are affording them now. And how slick the passing and moving is. So many tales of woe for opposition when Clarke comes in off that left flank. The ability to just bend the ball.
There is no team in the entire division who have scored more goals in the last half an hour of games than we have. This game was now ours. Anderson came on for Gooch to shore up the defence.
Teammates in the minutes that remain.
And as the crowd olayed keep balls, all eyes were on the Den. Would Blackburn hold on for the draw? Then, with less than 7 minutes
Here is
remaining,
Brereton Diaz now on the break.
Blackburn took the lead.
Blackburn streaming forward, helped on by Rankin Costello. Smodix, Brereton Diaz!
And Blackburn have taken the lead at Millwall. Just listen to the reaction. Blackburn Rovers have come from 3-1 down to lead 4-3 at the Den. Millwall appear to have let it slip, and it opens the door for Sunderland to climb in. Tony Mowbray knows, the players know, the staff know.
Mowbray instantly took off Ekwa and Amad as we rolled out the last few minutes and into the playoffs.
Their home form has been poor, their away form has been absolutely magnificent. And Tony Mowbray has worked seemingly the impossible and led the youngest squad in the Championship, fresh out of League One, into the Championship playoffs.
None of us could have imagined this. Coming up via the playoffs less than a year ago, we signed unknown youngsters and loan players. Our manager abandoned ship, believing the task too hard and unrealistic, and Tony Mowbray stepped into the breach with a brief to simply keep us clear of relegation. Instead, he took us to dreamland and fired belief into this small young squad. No striker, so what? No centre-halves, so what? There has only been one revolution in football. The change of the game from an individual to a collective one. Arrigo Sacchi was right. I just didn't know he was talking about Sunderland. See you next time.